Hi, I'm Mark from eReplacementParts.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the impeller housing assembly on a Troy-Bilt backpack blower. The harness is secured to the blower with 4 nuts. We'll go ahead and remove those. Now I can pull the harness away from the blower. Now I'm going to remove 1/2 of the impeller housing assembly. It's held in place with a series of screws. Now I have access to the impeller and I can remove it. It's held in place with 4 screws. Now I can remove the other half of the impeller housing assembly. It's secured to the rest of the blower with 4 screws on this side of the housing and 3 on the other side. Now I need to remove this clip from the inside of the impeller housing. This clip secures the throttle cable on the opposite side. I'll just use some pliers to squeeze the clamp back together and push it through the housing. And now I can pull the housing away from the blower. I'll start by removing the handle. Next, I'll remove the isolator mounts. The isolator mounts secure the intake cover to the housing. I'll get them started with a wrench, and then I can remove them by hand. On the inside of the impeller housing, there's 4 nuts the isolator mounts thread into. We'll need to remove those. I'm just going to push them through with a small screwdriver. Now we can install our new impeller housing. I'll start by pressing the nuts for the isolator mounts back into the housing. Now I'll replace the intake cover and secure it with the isolator mounts. Now I'll replace the handle. Now I'll reattach the cable clip back to the other half of the impeller housing. Now I'll begin resecuring the impeller housing back to the motor. Now I can reinstall the 4 screws on the inside of the impeller housing. I'll want to put a little bit of Loctite on these screws. Now I can install the impeller. I'll want to use a little bit of Loctite on these screws. Now realign the hose with the impeller housing and reinstall the opposite side of the housing. And now I'll secure the housing with the screws. And we'll finish up by reinstalling the harness. And that's all it takes to install a new impeller housing assembly on a Troy-Bilt backpack blower. We hope you found this video helpful. Please feel free to leave a comment or ask us a question.